The Turn 4 Perspective. Weekly dirt racing news brought to you by Brooke John Peer.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Turn 4 Perspective. This week's episode is going to be a hell of a lot shorter than last week's, but that is because everybody is in preparation for the World Finals, which is coming up next week. But unfortunately, I record these Tuesday night / Wednesday morning, so I won't be able to cover the World Finals for next week's episode. But the week after, it will be jam-packed with all other World Finals coverage. So you can be sure to count on that. And also, there might not even be an episode next week just due to the lack of racing going on right now. But I can tell you that this week we do have some information. So this episode should be at least a good couple minutes or so. Anyway, let's jump right into this week. We actually only had one series actually race this past weekend, and that was the Short Track Super Series. And they were at Orange County Fair Speedway for Eastern States Weekend, which if you don't know anything about Eastern States Weekend, it is one of the staples in Northeast modified racing. It has been going on for at least 50 years, and it is just one of the biggest dirt track racing events of the season. And it was a 2-day show, Saturday and Sunday, and there were 3 modified events, which were taken by Alex Jankowski, which he won the 200 lap race. Anthony Borrego, he took the 100 lap race, and then Matt Shepard took the hard clay finale race. None of those are any surprise, really. I do know that Matt Williamson was right up there with them. I do know for the 200, he did not finish due to a rear end issue, but besides that, he did pretty good on all of them, and that is no surprise because he is one of the best of all time. But Jankowski, Borrego, and Shepard, they're all GOATs as well. I mean, you look at the stats, you look at the records, and there is no doubt that these guys are all at the top. They're all racing with these series for a specific reason, and that reason is that they are some of the best. So they were the only series that actually physically raced this past weekend. But there was another series that was supposed to race but got canceled due to rain, and that was the World of Outlaws Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. And they were supposed to be at Arrowhead Speedway, but it got canceled due to rain, and that therefore closed the Jason Johnson Classic, which was supposed to be the final race for their season before heading to the World Finals. So that was a shame, but now they have more time to prep for the big event next week, which there is a lot going on with that. But anyway, we have 2 big T pieces for this week, and the first is Casey Kane Racing, the one that Brad Sweet was with. Brad Sweet's ride has not been filled, but Casey Kane's ride of the number 9 has been filled by none other than Dazen Pursley. Now, Dazen Pursley has raced with High Limit Racing all of this year, and he raced some of last year as well. And he will still be with High Limit next year too. But now he is with Casey Kane's Racing number 9, which is very interesting. There's a lot of controversy and conversations going around if that was the right choice by Casey Kane. I'm not really sure about that. I don't have opinion one way or the other, but my opinion is who's going to take over the 49? Is Casey Kane taking over that? Is it now Pursley and Kane? We don't know. People have been quiet. And there also was another thing in the sprint car world. David Gravel, who races with the World of Outlaws in the number 2, was mentioning that he likes racing with Rico Abreu, and he posted it on social media. Now, fans have been speculating that maybe this is a sign that Gravel is going to High Limit for 2026, and he's going to fill in the number 49 to Brad Sweet, which that is a possibility. But there's been nothing. And Rico really didn't respond to that either, from what I saw. So it's really interesting to think about and see what is going on. We do know that the off season for all of these series gets intense, like driver switch all of the time, like, and it's just crazy to think about. So there is that speculation. And as of right now, Days and Pursley has officially moved over to Casey Kane Racing in the number 9. And the other final T for this episode, and the last part of this episode, is that the World of Outlaws is going back to Canada this upcoming season, and they're going to none other than Aj Weekend. They're going back there. I think they're going back there for another one-day show. It could be 2, though. I'm not entirely sure because it's still in the works and everything, and they haven't actually released the schedule, just like was announced today. But yeah, so they're going back to Canada. But anyway, stay tuned for World Finals coverage. Stay tuned for more drama that happens within the series, and I will catch you all either next week or the week after, but probably the week after. But I will catch you then for sure. Thank you. Bye.